coordinators for Shorts on Stage. I would like to acknowledge the original owners of this land on which we have our theatre, the Gubby Gubby people, and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. And we extend this respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. This is the 7th session of Shorts on Stage, and this year has highlighted our local talent, having 5 plays written by local playwrights. 3 of them are making their playwriting debut. We have 22 actors playing 35 characters, and of those actors, they range in age from 12 years to 75. There will be a short interval after the 4th play when the bar will be open. Sit back and enjoy Shorts on Stage 2023.
Problem now, isn't it?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it's not exactly the end of the world now, is it?
I'm supposed to meet the girls this afternoon, and I don't know where. I can't go onto my TikTok, Insta, or Snapchat.
So I'm guessing no Facebook either?
Facebook. That's for oldies like you.
Hey, enough about the oldies, thank you. Why don't you try the old-fashioned way, like I did when God was a boy, and walk up to Paige's place? She's not that far. Be good for you to get some exercise and fresh air.
How do I know if she's home? I can't ring her.
There's only one way to find out.
Okay, I guess I could do that. I'll see you later. What time's dinner?
I'm not really sure. Why don't you give me a call? Oh, that's right, the phones are down. Maybe send out a smoke signal?
What?
Never mind. Honestly, you think the bloody world's come to an end just because she can't get onto Instagram, tic-tac-toe, or whatever they're called?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The youth of today can't do anything without technology. Where's she off to?
Gone up to Paige's place. That's if she can find her way there without her phone giving her directions.
I told you we shouldn't have thrown away that old UBD street directory.
That's right, God, we used that so much back in our day, didn't we? I probably still have it somewhere, maybe in the garage.
Riley was saying something about the internet. Is it down?
Oh, I'm not really sure. Could you check it out? I need to do some work later, so I'm going to need it.
Oh, hey Riley. I tried to text you, but I don't have any phone coverage or internet. Seems our whole network is down.
Same here. So I thought I'd rock around to your place. How are we going to get in touch with Zara and Imogen?
We could just rock up to their house and see if they're home.
Do you remember their address?
No. They live somewhere around Doonan, don't they?
Dad drove me there a few weeks back, but he had to rely on the GPS to find the house.
Do they have a landline?
What's that?
I did hear some people talking about it a while back.
I heard there was something like a public phone booth in some places, where you call the number, swipe your credit card. Maybe we could try that?
Do you know their numbers?
Oh shit. No, it's in my phone. I can't even turn it on to check. My battery's died.
Oh crap. I forgot to charge my phone last night too.
Imogen's 18th is next week, and I don't know where. She was gonna put it on Snapchat today.
So, what do we do now?
I don't know. Shall we wander down to the park?
Okay, why not?
Wow. People are all walking with their heads upright.
Do you know how many times I've bumped into old fogies and they yell at me to watch where I'm bloody going?
Yeah, happens to me all the time. What's with that? Like, why are old people so grumpy?
Gee, how long's that tree been there for?
Probably 300 years, maybe.
I've never noticed it before. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely voting for the Greens when I'm 18.
So shall we do coffee tomorrow morning at our usual cafe?
Sure. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Yes, Stan. Hi, I'm home.
So did you catch up with Paige?
Yep, we went for a walk in the park.
God help me. You didn't look at nature, did you?
Don't have to be so sarcastic, Mum.
Oh, I'm only joking, darling. It's just that life could be viewed from a whole new angle without a phone glued to your eyeballs.
So, Dad, did you get a hold of Telstra?
Yes, I had coverage for all of 5 minutes. When I got through, they said as far as they know, there's no outage in our area.
Well, I'm off to sort dinner. Thankfully, I don't need the internet for that.
Great, I'm starving. Cheer up, Riles.
Jack, is the internet still down?
Yes, apparently. I just tried to get on before to pay some bills, and again, no connection.
Oh, well, that's a pain. I need to get on to my sister about Mum's birthday lunch. We're chatting over Facebook because it's a surprise.
Oh, that's a third world problem, isn't it?
Ha bloody ha!
Look, I'll go and call Telstra again. That's another 2 hours I won't get back, probably.
What's with the long face, Mum?
Bloody internet's still down.
Oh, well, that's a third world problem, isn't it?
What up, you?
I'm going to Pages to see if theirs is back up yet.
Okay.
Oh, for Christ's sake, come on, I haven't got all bloody day. Telstra, we've got you covered, my ass. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is it up yet?
No! Been on the line for 15 minutes and all I keep getting is, won't be much longer.
Well, have you tried to unplug the modem and plug it back in and see if that works?
Of course I have.
Well, no need to get shitty with me. I'm only asking.
I was supposed to pay that supplier yesterday.
Well, I like to put reminders in my diary for those types of things.
I did, didn't I, smarty pants? But I can't get online to check my online diary.
Well, as I've said millions of times before, there's something to be said for good old-fashioned pen and paper. I do love my sticky notes.
Hello? About bloody time. What do you mean there's an outage in our area? Yesterday you said there wasn't. Hello? Hello? Oh, for Christ's sake, now my phone's run out of juice.
Oh, I told you we should have kept the landline.
Hey, Paige. Another internet-free day. Again.
Oh, bloody frustrating. It's a bit like a bad horror movie, isn't it?
Hey, I found this old street directory thingy in the garage, so I thought we could try find Paige's place. I figured if we look around the Doonan area, we might remember the name of the street.
Okay, give me a look. Never seen one of these before. But if we don't know the street name, then how do we look up the place? Oh, I'm getting itchy thumbs. They won't move and have nowhere to go.
Literally. Mind you, apparently my posture has improved in the last couple of days.
I'm getting freaked out at how many people are just looking at each other. Face to face. Scary, eh?
I can't believe I forgot to charge my phone. How much battery's left on yours?
I don't know. I can't seem to find it. Can you ring it and see if we can find it?
Okay, who died?
What?
My phone.
So, stupid question, but is the internet up again?
Nope. I had coverage for a few minutes, but when I finally got through, my phone carved it.
And to top the whole day off, my stupid sister ruined your grandmother's surprise birthday plans because she couldn't get hold of me on the internet.
Goodness me, Mom. How would you have organised this without the internet? You know, back in the day when God was a boy?
You're a smart-ass, Riley.
I like to think so.
But what will we do if the internet's out for weeks or even months? Have you stopped to think how reliant everyone is on the internet? How did we cope before the internet came along?
Oh, I give up. How did you?
Well, we had no choice, did we? I mean, for instance, to pay bills, we used to have to pay people by cheque or go to the post office.
What's a cheque?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Riley. Way back before your time, it was a stone tablet we used to pay people with. Anyway, what are we going to watch on Netflix tonight? A spy movie?
I guess nothing.
Is that a new series or movie?
No, nothing.
A show about nothing. Oh, Seinfeld got a new series?
I don't think so. What?
I'm not with you.
Well, neither is Netflix, Stan, or Binge. Duh! No internet.
Oh, shit, that's right.
I guess we're going to have to slum it. Watch free-to-air TV. I may as well do the shopping. Hey, Google, what's on the shopping list? Oh, shit! That's right. No internet, so no Google Assist. What a pain.
Well, you know, I say it's a lot to be said for good old-fashioned pen and paper.
No one likes a smart ass.
So, still no internet.
Nope. Everyone here is going nuts.
You know, Paige, we haven't had the internet now for 3 days, and to be totally honest, I don't miss it. Do you?
Not really. Especially the bitchy comments.
Yeah, we all remember how badly that ended with Hannah last year. Poor girl. No one stops to think about the consequences, do they? I've just had an epiphany, Paige.
What's that?
It means a sudden idea. I'd suggest Googling it, but we can't.
Duh! I know what an epiphany is, dumbass. What idea?
Why don't we make a pact to stop using any social media when the internet's back up?
Hey, that's a sick idea. Oh, and we can set up a GoFund app where anyone who's checking social media pays $2 and the money can go to Beyond Blue in Hannah's name.
Yeah! If we can make even a small difference in relation to depression, that would be way cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, not to be a killjoy, but how are you going to monitor that people don't cheat and look at their social media?
Not sure. Guess it'll be like an honesty system.
People will have to dob in other people if they see them sneaking a look at their pages. Good luck with that.
Not if they've realised it's for a good cause.
I'm so proud of Riley. What a great idea that she and Paige have come up with.
Well, she does have my brains. And your good looks, obviously.
Flattery will get you everywhere. It is such a nice thought, though, to remember Hannah in this way. Her suicide really upset the kids at school last year.
Agreed. It's not like we didn't have bullying when we were kids, but this cyberbullying has hit a whole new low level. Anyway, I hope their project works. The kids of today are really hooked on social media, aren't they?
Yeah, but what about us? We're just as bad. Have you stopped? What I would think is that we need to get unsocial. Hey, that's got a good ring to it.
Hey Riley, guess what? Even my deadbeat, game-addicted brother Turner likes our idea. I mean, ever since the internet stopped, he's actually thinking about joining the volunteer fire brigade. So some good has come out of it already.
Go Turner! Hey, I just realised something.
What's that?
Well, your name is Paige, and your brother's name is Turner.
What's so funny about that?
Never mind. Oh, hey, Mum came up with a perfect new slogan. Let's get unsocial. What do you think of this?
Hey, that's sick! Your mum's not just a pretty face, is she?
Well, Riley, believe it or not, the internet's back up and running. Your mum's in the kitchen serving dinner, and I'm just going to go and check the news to see if there's any explanation of these weird internet outages. Oh, bloody hell, what's happened now?
The lights have gone out of the kitchen. Was the electricity bill due yesterday as well?
Well, I don't know, you're the Minister of Financial Affairs, aren't you?
Uh-oh. Looks like the whole street is blacked out.
Oh, don't tell me we've got an electricity blackout now.
Oh,
for
fuck's
sake!
Take a little look at your form if you've got it there. Thanks. Yes, That's good. Yep. Yep. Okay. So Anne, what can I do for you today?
Actually, it's Anna.
Oh, yes, Anna. So, what's brought you in for counseling today?
I'm not coping at the moment. I'm having trouble working and sleeping. I'm so consumed with anger at my daughter's boyfriend. I just can't think of anything else.
So, what's this boyfriend's name?
Oh, I'd rather not disclose that information. Do I have to?
Well, everything you say here is quite confidential, but you don't have to. Hey! What if we give him a pseudonym to make it easier to talk about him? Maybe something a bit unusual so it doesn't remind us of anyone we know? I know, Anne. What about something like Walter or Monty?
Anna, not Anne. And it's alright, it's Damien. And my daughter is Michelle, but we call her Shelley.
Okay, so what did Damien do that made you so angry, Anne? Anna?
Well, when they first got together, everything was okay. I mean, he wasn't the person I would have chosen for my daughter, but they seemed to care about each other. Then, about a year ago, I said something to him about, I don't know, if he could help Shelley around the house a bit more. She was working 2 jobs and was exhausted. Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I said, but he got so angry and stormed off. From that point, things deteriorated quite quickly. And now he's controlling if and when I can see her.
The bastard!
Yeah, it's been really difficult. She wasn't allowed to spend Christmas with me or even buy me a present. And it's my birthday next week. I asked her if she could meet me for lunch. But she's too loyal to him. She's worried that he'll get upset.
Oh, you poor thing. That is so typical of scumbags like him. Sorry, it just makes me so angry. So you were saying?
Well, yeah, she doesn't answer my phone calls. He's forbidden her to talk to me. I feel
Yeah, I know just how you feel. That really sucks. I'd tell that bastard to back off. She's your daughter. You have a right to see her.
Yeah, but she does love him. It's just that he's controlling when and if I can see him.
Yeah, you know, I had a sister-in-law who was just like that. Very manipulative and controlling. Family gatherings were a nightmare. And then she stopped letting him come at all. He just couldn't stand up to her. What a bitch. It sounds like this David is a bit the same.
Damien. Anyway, I've been oscillating between anger and depression. I mean, if I can't see my daughter, what's the point of being here anymore? I was a single mum. It was her and me for so many years. My life is so empty now. I don't even know if I want to go on.
That's outrageous. It should be him, not you, that's thinking about not being here anymore. Why should you take your life and leave that piece of shit on the planet?
Well, what about when they have children? Will I get to see my grandkids?
Hey! I know what you should do. Do you know his mom?
Well, yes.
I think you should give her a call and let her know what's been happening. Get her to tell her son how he should be treating both you and your daughter.
What? I don't...
No, hang on. I've got a better idea. Why don't you get him to make an appointment here with me? I'll soon sort him out. The bastard.
I don't think that's...
No, that'll be best. And maybe you should take up some form of physical exercise. Running or boxing even. Yeah, boxing. That'd be great. Help you work off some of that anger. Okay, well, seems that's all sorted. Still got a bit of time. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Annie? Anna?
Yeah, maybe there is. Can I just check my phone? I just want to see if Shelley's been trying to reach me.
No worries, I might check mine too while you're doing that.
Okay, no, nothing from her. So you said everything was confidential, right?
Yes, of course.
Well, I went to see another counsellor and it was a complete failure. I think she thought she was doing the right thing, but she was totally incompetent. She didn't listen to a word I said.
What? What sort of training did she have? I studied for 4 years to get my skills. You can't be a counselor if you don't listen. Why, I even remember an entire lecture we had on the value of silence in a counseling session. It's hard, but sometimes you just have to bite your tongue. It is so important to create an environment where people can really get in touch with their feelings.
Yeah, and she brought in her own personal stuff too.
You're kidding me. That is so not what we're trained to do. A counseling session is about the client, not the therapist.
Yes,
what a nightmare. I am so glad you didn't give up on counselors and came to see me instead. Was there anything else?
Well, yeah, she didn't take my suicidal thoughts seriously.
Who is this woman? She is giving counseling a bad name and ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah, you're right. So, I was wondering, do you think I should have paid her, given that she's so incompetent?
No, you shouldn't have to pay for a service you didn't receive. Why, just the other day, I went to the physio. Been having a bit of trouble with his shoulder lately. Look, he was hopeless. I think he actually made
And
it
is
worse.
there an association I can complain to? Like, you said she's giving counselling a bad name and ruining it for everyone else.
Yes, indeed. You should report her to the Australian Psychology Accreditation Council, the APAC.
The APAC. I'll make a note of that in my phone. Done. Thanks. I'll do that.
Okay, well, that sorted that problem too. You finished a bit early, but I'll have to charge you for the hour because that's what you booked for. That'll be $165, please, Anne.
Anna. And thanks. But I won't be paying today. I've just got a lovely recording of all the reasons why I shouldn't have to pay. And I think you may be hearing from the APAC sometime soon. Well, I think we've got that sorted. Goodbye, Kyle.
Kylie, not Kyle. And wait, I don't understand. That was about the other counselor who was incompetent. I'm not incompetent. Am I?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have a cautionary tale to tell you this evening. It is an extraordinary tale about an ordinary man called Jack. Jack had an ambition to do something interesting with his life. It wasn't until he was 42 and working as an accountant for a small firm somewhere in Ilkley, Yorkshire, England, that he realized nothing exciting had ever happened to him. Well, at least since his dad got him a triple scoop of ice cream on his 18th birthday. It had been 3 years since his wife had left him. According to Jack, she
Went to the pub one night and never came back.
And then, finally, on the morning of the 2nd of May in the year 2018, as he was reading a book from the library, a brainwave hit him.
All this time I've been trying to think of something amazing to do with my life, when I could have had the best time if I'd only sold my soul.
So, without another word, he ran to his office, booted up his computer, logged into his eBay account and made a listing. He decided to jazz it up a bit, to get the best price he could, to pay for his new exciting lifestyle. The ad ran. One soul, lightly used, barely 40 years this time around. Comes from a smoke, drug and pet-free home. Always stored indoors, barely ever been out and always in bed by 11 p.m. Shiny and bright and just waiting to be installed in someone who can make full use of it. Chapter 1. Scrooge.
991, 992, 993, 994. Stupid technology. Shut up, Bob. Get your stupid hands away from my computer. All you need to do is what I tell you to do. Now stop fiddling with your clothes and get back to work. Ooh. One soul for sale. Starting bid at 99 cents. Bob seems to be fading out. Perhaps I can get him a new one for Christmas. I really am good at heart.
And so, That's how Scrooge wound up being the first to bid on Jack's soul, putting in, as we would expect, a measly bid of 99 cents. Chapter 2, God.
Oh, goody, I see that Scrooge has bid on it already. Ah, that man. He's a masterpiece of a creation. Oh. Anyway, now I should be able to put a bid on without giving the other gods an excuse to tease me.
God has had a hard time at the last few Saturday poker nights, with all the other gods teasing him. They had always poked a bit of fun in his direction for being called God by the mortals, but ever since he made his eBay account name Number 1, they had been unbearable. Truth be told, all the other gods never forgave him after his publicity agent dropped them in favor of Jehovah, almost putting them out of business.
Ah, now what is my eBay password? I can never remember it. Ah, Jesus!
What now, Dad?
What's my eBay password?
It's like Totes the Almighty One. Can't you even, remember that?
Come now, Jesus. What have I said about talking to your father like that?
What? That's, so unfair! You guys are so mean to me, I hate you! You're ruining my life!
Oh, Mary, that boy's in a huff again. Anyway, that should do it. Oh, remember the time he got mad at us for not buying him a motorbike? He threw his goblin at us and went to hang out with the mortals down by the cross. Oh, didn't last long though, did it? 2 days and they sent him packing. He was back quicker than you could say, Holy Ghost.
Yes. He is a bit of a drama queen. Can't think who he gets it from. Anyway, I'm off to make us a spot of tea. A bit of Earl Grey will do us both the world of good.
Chapter 3, The Empire Bids Back. In a galaxy far, far away, Luke is trying to find a birthday gift for his dad.
Right, eBay must have something. Let's see, what have we got here? New laser cannons for the TIE fighter? No. New lightsaber staff? No. Oh, new pink Sith helmet? Maybe. Wait, what's this? Hey, Dads! How was work?
Oh, you know, the usual. Trying to maintain order in the galaxy. I had to train a new admiral today. So annoying. Staff retention's really becoming a problem.
Well, maybe stop strangling everyone.
Oh, I guess so. But you know, when they fail me, I just get so angry. Oh, I'm sorry, son. Anyway, have you thought about that new job offer?
I've already told you, I don't want to rule the galaxy with you. I don't like the dark side. It makes me queasy. I know it's a good career, but look at the hours you put in. I mean, look what this dress has done to your body. When you started, you had a full set of hair, not to mention your own arms and legs. I know the Emperor pays well, but you have to give your soul to work there.
Well, okay, I'll take that as a maybe then. The perks are good.
Right. You know, that gives me an idea. I think I've got the perfect gift. And it's a bargain, too.
Chapter 4, Mophead Bids. Somewhere in Greece, it's Medusa and Poseidon's anniversary.
Lovely, a new statue for my collection. Oh, hey, you got some plans for our big day? It's a special one this year. 5,000 years we've been together. Only a few very little arguments here and there.
Yes, my dear. I've got a huge party planned with hundreds of guests, including my brothers Zeus and Hades. Hopefully, they'll bring all their children, except for Athena, of course. Meanwhile, I've got the most beautiful, magnificent present just for you.
Oh, it sounds marvelous. I can't wait to see what you guys make.
Oh, man. Last time I forgot was 4,102. She turned my fish to stone. Let's see. Banana tree? No. Performing flea? Heck no. Ooh, what's this? She'll love it. and I see that number 1 has already bid on it. Full of himself, old git. Let's see what he thinks about that.
Chapter 5, Poker Night. The next day, in Los Angeles Casino, there's a poker game going on, and the stakes are high.
Did you lot see that new item on eBay? Quite something. Not that I plan to bid. We've already got plenty of souls in the underworld. We're overflowing. What about you, Zeus?
Oh yeah, that reminds me, Hades. I saw that old Jehovah bid on it yesterday. I was meaning to get back online and outbid him. Read him, weak suckers.
You and Jehovah are always fighting. Why can't you just get along?
Well, he started it with all the I'm the one and only God and so on and so forth.
Yes, well, for all the good we do nowadays, we might as well be.
And just what's that supposed to mean?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's right, you know. We're good for nothing anymore.
You stay out of this, Hades.
My fault, by the way.
Deal us in!
Oh no, not this lot again.
What do you have against us?
Well, for one, Odin, Loki always cheats.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to be getting back to Mount Olympus.
And me to the underworld.
Bye.
Ah, that sucks.
That night, in the back streets of Gotham City, Voldemort and the Joker are having a heart-to-heart.
So get this. I had finally got rid of the Potter boy. The only person that stood between me and ruling the entire wizarding world. And things were starting to look up. Of course it couldn't last. He just had to come back from the dead, didn't he? Then his ginger friend just couldn't resist turning me into ashes. The final straw was when I realized that he had destroyed all my Horcruxes. I mean, what did I ever do to him?
Well, you did kill his parents.
It was self-defense!
Okay, I get it, man. It totally sucks. How about you let me buy you a drink?
Thanks, my friend. You know, you're the only one who's ever really understood me.
Oh, Voldy, you're the only one I can really talk to. Whenever I try to have a conversation with anyone else, they try to lock me up in a deep, dark prison cell under the misguided impression that I'm a lunatic! I mean, me? Crazy! Where do they get such ridiculous ideas from? By the way, do you want to know how I got these scars?
No. And I really don't want you to tell me either.
Okay.
Now, how about that drink?
But first, let me show you a magic trick. I'm gonna make this pen disappear.
Joker!
All right. Keep your hair. Never mind. There's a great pub down the road. Let me take you there.
3 hours later.
Thanks, Joker. That hit the spot.
You know what, Moldy? I've been thinking. I saw a soul for sale on eBay last night.
What are you saying, Joker?
Well, that bloody Potter kid, he destroyed your soul, right? Well, how about a new one?
Why didn't I think of that? That's a great idea, Joker. You're the best friend a wizard could have.
Stop it, Moldy. You're making me teary.
It was 5 minutes until bidding closed, and Jack was just logging into his eBay account to see how much he was going to get for his soul. He was excited, and all sorts of fun things were running through his head.
Alright, so email address was jack@jackmail.com, and the password was jack123, and enter. $6? My soul's worth more than that. Oh, Thought I was at least going to get enough to buy a Lamborghini. Right, that's it. I'm going to cancel the sale.
And so he did. And a good thing too. Imagine any of that motley crew winning it. I hope you have all learned an important lesson. Never, ever try to sell your soul. A Lamborghini, eh? I should be able to manage that.
During the late 14th century BC, a Hebrew baby was born, and his name was Moses. During that time, the Egyptian pharaoh, King Ramesses II, was worried that his Hebrew slaves would rise up against his Egyptian army. So he ordered that all the firstborn baby Hebrew boys should be drowned at birth. This is the story of how Moses was saved by his mother, Jochebed, and his big sister, Miriam. Now, Jochebed was 140 years old when Moses was born. We had a bit of trouble casting Jochebed.
So hot out there. Miriam, get me some water. Miriam, I need to talk to you about a problem we have.
Coming. Okay, Mum. What's the problem? Moses.
Yes, he's the problem. I can only tell the neighbours for so long that I'm pregnant. The people at the market are starting to get suspicious that I've been pregnant for 12 months.
Oh, Mum, is that what you've really told them? Yeah, I can see that's a problem. So what's to do?
Well, I've been working on a plan, Miriam, but I need your help.
Yeah, but like, what's the plan?
Just go and get Moses, will you, Dale? He'll start crying too and wake up Mrs. Fisher next door. I can only tell her for so long that the cat's got the runs.
Little baby, bro. We don't want nasty old King Ramses to know you're here, do we? He doesn't like little Hebrew babies like you. He thinks he'll take over this big, strong Egyptian army one day. Honestly, men.
Oh, stop that silly talk, Miriam. He doesn't understand a word you're saying anyway. So here's the thing. What I thought we could do is put Moses in a little basket and float him just at the edge of the river so someone finds him.
Have some more water, Mum. The heat's getting to you.
I mean it, love. I've been giving it a lot of thought.
Are you serious? Holy smokes, you are. Float him down the river? Have you spoken to Dad about this?
Amram loves little Moses, just wants what's best for him, like any father would.
Have you, Mum?
We can't let Pharaoh's soldiers find him. I couldn't bear it.
So that's a no.
You know, Mary, there's something very special about Moses.
Yes, he certainly is a beautiful boy, aren't you, little bro?
Yes, but more than beautiful. I feel he's special. Is due for great things.
Really? But what you're saying, float him down the river until someone finds him? Like who? Can he even swim? Of course not. He'd sink.
No, love. We'll put him in a basket, like that one.
It's a basket, Mum. It will leak.
Please listen. We'll waterproof the basket, make it good and tight, and we'll coat the outside in tar so the water doesn't get in. Now, I happen to know, because Mrs. Fisher next door...
yes. Mrs. Fisher.
Yes. Mrs. Fisher next door told me that King Ramesses' daughter, Princess Thermutis, has a bit of a swim in that part of the river every morning, half an hour after sunup. And if we, that is you, put Moses in his little basket boat and float him just at the edge of the river near the bulrushes, then she'll see it and get curious.
Who? Mrs. Fisher?
No, Miriam, Princess Thermutis. She'll see it.
Yes, like she'd be swimming on her own. I can just see her wading through the river. Do we even know if there are crocodiles?
She's a princess. She'll have servants, won't she? Likely she'll send one of them across to see what's calmly floating down the River Nile.
So the servant calls across to the princess and might see crocodiles and just finds the basket. Has he even got a lid?
No, I don't think so, love. We want this servant to see that there's a baby inside. If it's got a lid, she might get nervous and think that it's a trick or that there are frogs or snakes.
So the servant calls across to the princess. What's in it? Is it a puppy? Oh, please, be a puppy.
Miriam, stop that nonsense. You're not helping. This could get us out of a lot of trouble. So, this servant takes the basket boat with Moses in it back to the princess and says, "Ma'am, you'll never guess what's inside."
Oh, tell me, says the princess. I hope it's not another kitty cat. We've already got so many.
"Ma'am," says the princess, "it's a baby."
A what? Good grief, it is a baby.
Yes, and no woman in the world would want to harm a little baby. So she'll take him home and look after him.
And her dad, King Ramses, and that'll be curtains for Moses.
I don't think so, love. See, Princess Thermutis is the apple of her daddy's eye. She's got him wrapped around her little finger. If she wants that baby, she'll get him.
But Mum, how do you feel letting Moses go down the river all by himself?
Well, obviously I don't feel good about it. Do you have a better idea?
No, but you never know what's happened to him.
Well, I've thought about that too. What you'll do is, take Moses down tomorrow morning, put him at the edge of the river just near the bulrushes, and then hide behind the bushes and wait and see what happens.
And what if the princess doesn't happen to swim tomorrow?
What if? Then you bring him back, wouldn't you? No. Mrs. Fisher next door said Princess Thermutis swims every morning. Come on, love. I'm trying to save your brother here. Have you got any better ideas?
No.
Okay, so as I was saying, you put Moses in the water, float him along the bulrushes, and wait to see what happens.
Where's Dad? Why can't he do this?
Amran thinks you'll do a better job. You're smaller, not so obvious.
Or Aaron. He's never around when we need him.
Don't talk about your brother like that. Besides, he's off practicing some magic to turn rods into snakes.
I know how he does that one. It's pretty good, I must admit. Just for my little brother's sake, I'll give it a go. But we must make sure this basket is waterproof. I don't want to go diving down for there. What if there are soldiers guarding the princess?
While she's swimming in her cosy? I don't think so. No. Mrs. Fisher next door says she only ever has a female servant or two for company when she's swimming. She's never seen any soldiers around at that time of the day. Lazy lot, them soldiers.
Good old Mrs. Fisher. All right then, let's get this basket good and tight. We'll keep you safe, little bro. Those nasty old Egyptians won't get their hands on you. Who's the old pharaoh?
Mary, keep your voice down. Now, you give them to me, and you go and get the tar for the basket.
Me again? Where's Dad? Why can't he help with this? That tar smells awful.
Oh, stop your whinging, girl. There, little Moses. Miriam's going to take you on a nice little boat ride down the Nile Way. Mummy can't hide you any longer. And if Pharaoh soldiers find you, things could get very, very nasty for all of us.
Mum, he doesn't understand a word you're saying. I'm not happy about this. As soon as they find his Hebrew, they'll want to get rid of him. Isn't that why we've been hiding him all these months?
I'm sort of relying on the princess wanting to keep him no matter what. And besides, her dad won't have any idea about Moses being Hebrew or Egyptian. They all look the same at this age, except for,
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, love. I need your help here.
Yeah, okay, but there's just one small point. How will she feed him?
That could be a problem. Any ideas?
No, I know. But what about this? I'll be on the spot when the princess finds a baby, and I'll say, "What a wonderful baby. What's its name?" Like, I don't know, she's a princess, do I? And she'll say,
Oh, for heaven's sake. How would I know? I've only just found it, haven't I?
I don't think she'd be like that, love. She'd probably say,
We've just found this beautiful baby. Look at its perfect little face.
and I want to say, "Of course he's perfect. He's my little brother."
yes, you'd want to say that, but you can't, can you?
I know.
All right, stop your sniffling, girl. This is important. Go on. What next?
Well, I could say, "Are you going to keep it?"
And she'd say,
Yes, of course. I'm going to take it back to the palace with me.
And I would drop to one in a huge curtsy and say, "Oh, your Royal Highness, I didn't recognize you. What a wonderful life this baby will have." Or something.
yes, don't overdo it. And then the princess will take the blanket off the basket and gasp.
OMG! It's a Hebrew baby boy!
They'd look surprised and say, so he is? Like I'm surprised. Will your dad be okay with this?
She'd say,
Yes, of course! Daddy always does anything I want. Anyway, it's nothing to do with him. I will bring this baby up as my own.
And I would look surprised and say, nothing to do with him?
and she'd say,
That's right. Only the women have anything to do with little babies.
Yeah, right, I know. Should say,
But there is just one teeny problem. How will I feed this baby? See, normally, I'd use one of the Egyptian nursing mothers at Daddy's court. But as this one is Hebrew, well, she'd be in big trouble if she were to be found out.
I don't think she'd talk like that to a girl who just happened to be passing by. Do you? Really? A bit personal.
Mum, I'm trying to think positive here. Alright then, I could say, would you like me to call a nurse for you from the Hebrew woman? And she can nurse the baby for you?
Yes, that could work.
And should say,
Darling, yes! What a wonderful idea. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I will go to the palace every day and take care of our little boy. No worries.
better still, she could say,
Please take this little baby to the nursing mother, and I will pay her to feed him until he is old enough to live with me at the palace.
job done.
So, now, Miriam, I need to feed this little one before he wakes up the whole neighbourhood. Can you please unpack those veggies?
Yes, Mum.
And then you can get the things ready for tomorrow. You've got a big day ahead of you.
Yes, Mum.
I'm gonna float down the river.
Okay, thanks. Good night. So, when did you say you wanted a soft book? I need to write it down. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I can do it. No, really, I can do it. Good night. I can do it. I like saying that. So, let me put you in the picture here. This may entail a little background, so bear with me. No, really, I mean it. Bear with me. So if I seem to be rambling or long-winded, just nudge your neighbor and say, oh, poor dear, her head blew up. So, the opening matinee went pretty well. See, it had been a really bad summer for my friend Merritt and myself, so acting in this two-woman show was like a shaft of light for us. We looked forward to it. We worked our asses off with a much abbreviated rehearsal time, but we still felt good about it. Luckily, the audience knew nothing of this. The playgoers were totally unaware of the chaos going on backstage. Principally, the fact that the set had only just been painted at 11 a.m. that morning. I'll confess, I was terrified that afternoon. But we got through it before an audience of 10. Still onwards and upwards, right? As my friend and I, Merritt, we got dressed for the evening performance. We were horsing around and joshing with each other. I heard the pre-show music kick in and did my normal pre-show nervous pee. And then I said to myself, this will all be over in a couple of hours, and you can have a drink and relax. But somehow, for some reason, I didn't buy it. A couple of hours
have a drink, relax. Weirdly, I felt as though this was never going to end. Ridiculous, right? The show was going well. Merritt and I were cooking for a time anyway. I know now that it happened just before the end of Act 1. But I didn't feel the full effects until after intermission, and then, yeah, well, the it I'm referring to, I like to call it the day my head blew up. Not very snappy, but better than I spent 4 years in rehab, and all I got was this lousy brain hemorrhage. So we got through intermission. My head started to hurt terribly. But I kept on performing, pushing a very confused Merritt and myself through the scene. I didn't know what I was saying. Nothing I did say made any sense. My voice sounded flat and mechanical. But still we kept on going, because I didn't know how to stop. I remember my director shouting at me. Not unusual for that aspect. Most unexpected in front of an audience. Then I heard him announce to the crowd that the show was cancelled. What? Then we were at the hospital. Someone asked me for my cell phone, for my emergency numbers, my family. I couldn't move my left hand. My time in the hospital is remembered, if at all, in flashes, as snapshots, jagged shards of recollection. But they add up, right? For example, as appreciative as I am to the folks of the ER, why do they ask questions if they're not going to listen to the answers? My favorite was the medical history drill. Do you think you might be pregnant? Not without a miracle. Beg pardon? What did she say? They talk together in fevered whispers. Is she pregnant? She might be pregnant. We need to know if she's pregnant. Hello? Did anybody see a bright shining star and 3 wise men following me in here? Then came the CT scan. I told them I was claustrophobic. I told them. But it didn't stop them being surprised and angry when they had to pull me out and sedate me. And when I say sedated, I do not mean deaf or unconscious or stupid. I heard the kindly request that someone contact my next of kin. Gee, thanks. Just because a person lies on the brink of becoming a human vegetable, it doesn't mean they're not there. They are. I was out of it. I mean, really out of it for about a week. But certain things stand out in vivid technicolor. Like the day that the exorcist came to administer the last rites, commonly known as divine unction or something like that. This particular priest would have terrified me, even if I hadn't been totally immobile and dreadfully thirsty. He was dressed all in black. He gazed somberly at me, approached slowly, for effect, I think. Then he loomed over my face and said, intoned, "Would you like to confess your mortal sin?" What was next, a pop quiz? The least said about my demoralizing assisted showers, They loom in my memory as a cruel mix of 1950s hydrotherapy and the barren enclosure where they give circus animals a good hosing off. But one thing you really ought to remember is that hospitals, as good and necessary as they are, and much as we need and owe them, they're really not the best places for people to heal. Now, this is true for many reasons, not least because as you're getting better, or think you're getting better, you want out of the hospital. Finally came the day when I was declared an outpatient. Now, lest you underestimate the magnitude of this liberation, let me emphasize that being an outpatient is rather similar to being on parole. Your tether is short, your circumstances are limited, and somebody always has their eye on you. But still, I was free. Free enough to live in a friend's house, free enough to have my own bedroom and bathroom, free enough to only require the use of a shower chair, and the rented wheelchair, which I'm happy to inform you I used but once or twice. But more importantly, it was only then that I realized how fiercely determined to recover, and recover totally, I really was. Finally, I was free. And getting better didn't involve jumping through hoops or answering questions or doing something just to shut somebody up. Finally, I was playing for keeps. And playing for me. Oh, that made all the difference. But nobody had ever explained to me what the hell went on in my head the day my head blew up. What really happened? But this lady with the soft hands and the soft voice did. She showed me a photo of a human brain and explained what a 3-centimeter bleed was. And I realized that I should quit crying and become aware, make myself aware how lucky I was to be walking and talking and to have enough cognitive power to cry and to get so goddamn mad because I realized what my stumbling blocks were. That was the distance I traveled so far. So far. I've even become philosophical about the way I left that poor audience back in New York. Oh, it must have been a strange and weird evening for them. And I'm sorry. But you know, I've let myself off the hook for that one. And honestly, that night, as strange and unnerving and troubling as it really was, wasn't the stupidest thing I've ever been a part of on a stage. That would involve a musical.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't think so.
It's just that you seem so familiar and...
I'm sorry.
You're sure that we haven't met before?
I'm sure.
Oh my God! I'm Juliet! Juliet Montague! I know! You're Cinderella Charles! believe it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Did you say your name was Juliet Montague?
Yes, that's me, Juliet.
Is that your maiden name?
No, but I am thinking of going back to it.
I've thought about going back to mine. It just seems like such a hassle, you know. Besides, charming sounds a lot nicer than Scheikendorf. What was your maiden name?
Capulet.
You're Juliet Capulet.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were dead.
Well, I thought that you lived happily ever after.
That was the plan.
All best laid plans.
So, the suicide? You faked it. Faked your own suicide.
Well, how else were we supposed to escape all the craziness? His family and my family, the whole Capulet Montague thing. And
So, I take it didn't work out between you two? I mean, otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Well, we were so young. I was only 14 and, well, I was in that rebellious period.
Tell me about it.
Well, my father said, go right, and I went left. My mother said, marry Paris, and I married Romeo. Maybe if she had said marry Romeo, I'd be divorced from Paris by now.
Sorry.
Oh, don't be. You live and you learn. So, Prince Charming.
It was doomed from the start.
Oh, I'm beginning to wonder if they're all doomed from the start.
I wouldn't know.
Well, it's just that in the books you seem so happy and...
I mean, it's a fairy tale.
Well, yeah, but so none of it was true?
I was poor, that part was true.
So, the fairy godmother and the pumpkin.
It's a fairy godmother.
Well, the carriage with the 6 white horses.
Painted.
Oh, that was my favourite part. How disappointing.
No more disappointing than finding out you didn't die.
Excuse me!
No, just, speaking in literary terms, the whole arc of the story is predicated on you dying.
Disappointing?
No. Yeah, a bit. Sorry.
It's all right. The truth just isn't that romantic.
Sad. We're just part of this long tradition of romantic love being the answer to every woman's prayers.
So, Prince Charming
wasn't so charming.
I am sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It was an invention, mainly my own. I fantasized him to such a degree that it took me 2 years to figure out what a total jerk he really was.
It took me 5 years.
So, Romeo?
He was Romeo, all right. Never a man more suitably named.
He...
Every chance he got.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the beginning, I thought that it was me. That I wasn't attractive enough. That I wasn't experienced enough.
Yeah.
Well, was the prince faithful? As long as we're bearing our souls.
Did you hear about him in Snow White?
I did read something.
Did you hear about him in Snow White's wicked stepmother?
No! Oh, that's sick!
I know, it turns out he always had this odd thing for wicked stepmothers.
Oh, but that doesn't mean you're wicked, does it?
No, my stepmother was great.
But in the books it says...
So the whole idea was to make me sympathetic, but turns out the whole wicked stepmother thing was the part that actually turned him on.
Oh, that's creepy.
When he found out that my wicked stepmother was kind and, gentle, he, yeah.
Well, you're better off without him.
I mean, much of the fault is mine.
Oh, well, now you shouldn't say that.
Well, I'm the one who concocted this whole phony baloney scenario.
You just wanted something better out of life.
I suppose so.
We both did.
Happily ever after. What a load of crap.
Okay, well now I cannot believe that.
Can't or won't.
I have to believe that there is someone out
You
there.
think that one day your prince is just going to come? Is that it?
Well, I know it's silly.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou?
No, I never said that. He was late and I was pissed. Oh, wherefore art thou? That was all Shakespeare.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint again.
It's my own fault.
For wanting to believe.
God, it's so ingrained in us. Do you think we'll ever get past it?
I don't know if I want to.
I mean, we all have to grow up at some point.
Well, yes, but if growing old means becoming cold and cynical, then, well, then maybe I should have killed myself when I had the chance.
No, God, don't listen to me. I'm just being a downer. I mean, if I wasn't looking for answers, would I be here?
Well, I guess not.
So, you seeing anyone new? That is, if I'm not prying, of course.
Well, my life's an open book. I am seeing this Danish guy.
And?
Well, he seems to run hot and cold. He is one of those guys who cannot make up his mind.
Commitment issues. I know the type.
Well, how about you?
No, but I'm in no rush. I got a lot out of the settlement. I'm no longer a princess, but I mean, who is?
Well, it's time for me to go in.
Oh, well, it was nice to meet you, Juliet.
Call me Julie.
Cindy.
It was nice to meet you, Cindy. Parting in such sweet sorrow.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. Force of habit.
Oh my God, it's you! This is so cool. Can I have your autograph?
I guess so.
I can't believe I'm talking to Cinderella. You're like my hero. I've read everything about you.
Don't believe everything you read.
Your story is just so inspiring.
Really? Which part?
Oh, the whole thing. The gown, the glass slippers, the carriage and 6 white horses. Like, I would just die for a carriage and 6 white horses.
It's not everything.
Oh, and the ball. Little ball where you dance with the prince and he's falling in love with you, but he doesn't.
I wouldn't say he was falling in love.
Oh, and then you lose your shoe and he searches all over just to find you.
He really didn't.
Oh, it's so romantic.
I guess so.
And then he finds you and he puts the slipper on your
Yeah,
foot and...
I'm familiar with the story.
Someday my prince is gonna come.
Well, I hope your prince is
He's gonna ride up on a big white horse and take me away to his castle with all the servants and the clothes and the jewels.
Not how it
And
works.
we'll live happily ever after.
Are you here to see a therapist?
Oh no, I'm just here to pick up a friend.
Well, I am. Dr. Peterson specializes in disappointment. I'll write his name down for you.
Oh no, I don't need it.
Trust me, you will.
actually asleep.
There's some coffee here. It's still hot. Or do you want me to get you some breakfast?
No, coffee will be fine, thanks.
So, what kept you so late last night?
Yeah, just work.
Just work.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to be so chatty, I think I'll turn the TV on.
No! Don't turn it on.
Why not?
Because the news is going to come on soon. You don't want to see the news.
Because? Does this have something to do with why you were so late? Was there a bad accident or something?
No. It's worse than that.
So why can't you talk to me about it? You never really discuss your work with me, and I can't help you if I don't know what you're going through.
There are some things you can't unsee or unknow. That you can't share with other people. Just let it go.
It's hard for me to let it go when I see you suffering like this.
Okay. You want to know? Yes. All right, I'll tell you. Neighbour rang 000 last night to say she heard screaming and other noises coming from next door. She said she was too frightened to go over herself. She thought we should check it out. When we got there, we found an adult male lying passed out on the front lawn with a knife nearby. Then inside we found a deceased adult female, multiple stab wounds. She was pretty chopped up, there's blood everywhere.
Oh my God.
You wanted to know, so I'm telling you. There was also a young girl seen, about 5 years old. She was lying across the body and crying, "Mummy, wake up. Daddy didn't mean to hurt you. It'll be okay." We tried to lift her off, but she wouldn't want to let go and started screaming hysterically. How's she ever going to recover from that sort of trauma? The worst part for me, and I don't know why, was there was a male toddler, 1 or 2 years old, in the bedroom. He was standing up in his cot and whimpering, crying for his mother. I just wanted to comfort him, so I picked him up and tried to hold him close, but when I did, he flinched. I think he might have been frightened or beaten at some stage, had bruises, I don't know. He kept arching away from me and crying, "I want Mummy." I felt so useless, so fucking useless. Anyway, the other services arrived and took over. But I'll never forget those 2 children. I feel guilty the system has failed them.
This is awful. Was Dan on duty with you?
Yeah.
Oh, how will he cope? Will you be able to talk to him, share your pain?
Nah. Tried talking to him once a few years ago. He said it's all part of the job. You just have to learn to suck it up.
So that's what you're doing now? Just sucking it up?
Yeah, what else is there? It's part of belonging to the force. I'll just take it and stuff it down with all the other incidents that have happened over the years. That's why I don't usually tell you stuff, so you don't have to carry it.
But in this day and age, don't they provide you with counselling or debriefing or something? Shouldn't you make an appointment to see someone?
Yeah. There are counsellors and even chaplains and posters urging you to get help if you need it. So it's not that simple. You have to seem like you're coping or it can affect your career.
Seem like you're coping. But underneath, you're not really, are you? I haven't mentioned it before, but I've noticed for over a year or so now, you've been having more trouble sleeping, you seem depressed sometimes, and you get angry over small things for no apparent reason. Well, how do you feel about that?
Oh, it's not that often. Everyone gets sad or frustrated at times. Are you saying I've got PTSD or something? Nah. I've seen people with PTSD, they can't even function.
You were quite angry earlier. And I'm wondering if you know who or what you're angry with.
I don't know! I think I'm angry with the system. There are no circuit breakers. Those kids will probably grow up to be just like their parents. Sure, we'll put the father in jail for a long time, but what will that solve? The recidivism rate's very high. It'll probably never be any use to anyone. There needs to be better ways of preventing this from happening in the first place.
Yeah, I know. It's really tough.
Domestic violence is the biggest issue we deal with nowadays. Why is there so much hate between people who once cared for one another? Why are so many families suffering? Why are there no real answers? So yeah, I'm angry with all that. But if I'm honest with myself, maybe I'm angry with myself too. Do I feel things too much? I mean, people like Dan just seem so resilient no matter what happens. And that's great for him, but it makes it harder for the rest of us to own up to how much this sort of shit affects us. I don't want to be seen as weak or not coping or not part of the team, so I bottle it up, and yeah, I know. It's not good.
No, it's not good. And I don't have any answers either. But you know what? Because you are someone who does care about things, you were able to give the gift of caring for those two children, even if they weren't able to receive it at the time.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks. Is Dan. Dan, hiya, mate. Good, good. A little tired, but otherwise okay. How about you? Good. Hey, sounds great. I'll just ask Janice. Dan and Selena have asked us over for a barbie tonight. Is that okay with you? She's nodding, so I guess that's a yes. What time? Cool. A couple of beers, a few laughs, that's all we need. See you, mate.
We have to suck it up. We have to suck it up and pretend that things are fine. We cannot fuck it up. Our jobs are on the line. Suck it up, don't fuck it up. Suck it up, don't fuck it up. Don't come unstuck. Fuck.
Daniel, what do you think the difference is between see you later and I'll see you later? I was out with Jess last night. Yes, out, like going out. And she wouldn't say I'll, specifically after I made a big deal about me saying it. What does she mean? See you later as in, you'll see me, I won't see you? She might as well have just said, you'll see me later. She said it normally otherwise. Not since last night. There's a big difference. One is a promise, and the other is something you say politely to finish a conversation. Yeah, no, you're right. It's just messing with my head, that's all. When are you getting home? Yeah, okay, just hurry up. I'm bored out of my mind. Yeah, okay. See you later. What was that like?
I see what you're saying. You might want to keep an eye on that.
You really think so? To be honest, I think you're overreacting. Thanks anyway, Danny. I'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll see you soon. I just got home. Liam! Liam!
Yeah, what?
What's this song called?
You can't be serious.
I'm a clown!
Since when?
Since the day I was born.
Then why did you start dressing like one today?
It's my new job. I'm a clown. A professional clown.
Oh yeah, when did this happen?
Oh, one of my mates hooked me up. You know Jet? I was hanging with Jet a few weeks back, and turns out he's one of those clowns you see at the markets, you know, making fun of kids and juggling and that. Get this! Les, one of the clowns he worked with, got done for possession. Meth! So he's been taken off to one of those nutjob rehab places. And so I took his part, and from now and until the foreseeable future, I am Hansy the Clown! Okay, it's the same character as the old guy, but it's basically free money.
Good job, mate. I'm proud of you. You're probably the best clown they have.
Yeah. At least I got a job. You found anything yet?
Not yet.
Good. 'Cause I've done something. Something good.
What have you done?
I'm helping us out. Don't worry, it's foolproof.
Daniel, I told you not to do this.
I know what that means. You're too proud to ask, so I'll just do it for you.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad this isn't going to be like last time you tried to pull off one of your schemes and royally fucked us. Not even us. You got a fine. It was me on my hands and knees scrubbing the carpet. The stains will never come out, by the way. You fucked me. It's not happening again, Daniel. You're not fucking me again.
It's not a scheme. It's more a victimless crime.
You want me to break the law for you? My record's clean. I'm not going to get caught because of you.
It's not really a crime. How could it be? It's victimless. I found a loophole.
In what?
Have you been watching the news? They're paying dividends.
In what?
It's not as bad as it sounds. Here, just read this. It wasn't easy, you know. I've been sitting on this victimless crime for months. It's a good thing I stuck with it, though. This is going to change our lives, Liam. Liam Murphy. Not a very common name, is it? But I knew that I could make it work. I knew that I could find what I was looking for if I believed and waited. So I waited and I waited and I waited, and just as I was about to give up, I found Liam Murphy.
Who is this letter from?
Doesn't it say in the front?
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
Look at that! What is that?
Go on, touch it.
What? No.
It's grease paint.
Oh. Well, that's never coming out. Shit day to be you.
Shit day to be you too. There is grease paint covering the return address.
Sure.
I can't send it back now. That's it. The whole plan falls apart. I needed to lose it in the mail because if it was never lost in the mail, they'd know we found it. He's probably on his way now. We're done.
Didn't take much, did it?
Do you know how much shit we are in?
No, and I don't want to know. This is a you problem. You are not fucking me again.
Just read it.
I don't want to.
You have to. This affects us both.
Then you fix it. I'm out.
Please. Please, you have to help me. I've gone too far this time. This is really bad. I don't know what to do. Please. Please help me.
No. What am I looking at?
Let's stay cool here, man.
Liam Symes? You changed my name so I have your last name?
Just think about it.
We're married? Is this because of the new start of family programs they have now?
I could have just done that. We could have just got married.
You are a clown. A bloody good one, too.
Are you upset? Come on, man. You're acting like there's something wrong with being married to a guy.
There is. I'm married to you. And I hate you.
We're not married.
Either way, the government's involved now. You fucked me again.
It's good they're involved. This is our big break. Those starter family schemes are awfully planned out. I know my schemes, Liam. All you need to do is get your foot in the door and your name on the list, and the checks keep coming for 24 months. I told you it's foolproof. All you need to do is get your name on the list, and if you're good, you make sure no one ever finds out your name is on the list. I got one of those minds.
You adopted me?
Let's calm down, mate.
You adopted me!
It's the perfect plan.
But why me? I'm older than you are.
You've got no license. You've never had a proper job. No criminal record. You're practically made for fraud.
You've ruined your own plan, Bozo. This isn't my birthday.
I know.
Then whose is it?
It's Liam Murphy's.
Who's that meant to be?
You. I needed someone to be all the boring details like when and where I adopted you.
And what happens to the kid?
That is your job. You need to get the grease paint off the envelope so we can send it back.
What does that do?
Well, after I've sent it back, I'll need to do that until we pass the adoption date. The orphanage has no way of contacting me, so nothing will happen. Everything will just carry on as normal. Do you feel bad for old Liam Murphy here, getting his hopes up like that? Guess it's a shit day to be him.
You're evil.
Why? Where are you going?
I'm going to Jess's for a bit.
Don't be like that. We can talk about this. I personally don't see what I've done wrong. Anyway, you need to get the grease paint off the envelope.
You'll see me later.
What's that supposed to mean? Son, we can talk about this.